What's up, guys? We're here for episode number 4. Can you believe it? The big 4. We just started a couple weeks ago, and today we have a special guest. But before we say his name, big shout outs to my sponsor Celsius for coming through. Keep sending those cases. I love this Arctic vibe. Once again, we have a special guest today, the one and only, without further ado, Christopher Moreno. What's up, brother?
What's up, brother? Thank you for having me.
Hey, man, I've been wanting to just get nothing but BMFs in my podcast.
Hey, thank you for considering me one.
All my BMFs, everybody knows what that means. Best, baddest mother in town. And I bring them in, and it's okay to cuss. We could bleep that out.
Nice.
So, Chris, I want my audience to know who you are, because I think the way things are right now, you're in the mortgage business.
Yep.
I need to clarify a couple things and rumors that right now the market is crazy. Nobody's buying. And I hate this objection where everybody keeps bringing it up. Interest. I want you to just kill that rumor and tell me, first and foremost, a little bit about you, and then we'll dive in deep. Fair enough?
Fair enough.
Let's go, Chris.
Cool. So I got in the industry back in 2009. Before that, bro, a lot of people don't realize I had like 15, 16 different jobs. So you name it, bro, I've done it. Car detailers, Stater Brothers, T-Mobile. So found my passion in 2009 with mortgage lending.
Okay.
Got in, as a matter of fact, down the street right here in Rancho.
Wow.
Started at a little broker shop, and then from there kind of grew and just, ended up getting my license. I tried real estate in the beginning, didn't like it too much.
Okay.
And then 2017, I forget when we met, but 2017, we started the More Group, and then just started growing the team, man. And then fast forward, started Viewpoint Lending with a couple business partners 2 years ago or so, and just grinding and just trying to, make it happen.
Yeah, no, I remember we met at Richard Reyes' office. That was when I was in Keller Williams.
Yeah, you're right.
And unfortunately, your partner Conrad's not here.
Yeah.
I started with Conrad, and we all clicked, right, when you guys were part of that other company. And I'm like, you know what? These guys are going to be shakers one day. And it's funny how things happen, right?
Yeah, for sure.
I tell everybody the story. Like me, I was driving from Santa Clarita to the Inland Empire.
I remember.
And it took me a long time to get to where I'm at. So that's what I tell all my mentees now. Like, you need to be patient.
For sure.
This business is patience, and try to educate yourself so that you could bring so much value to your clients where you overpromise and overdeliver. And that's where we're at now. Fast forward, it's already 2023. We're here literally in a podcast room. Who would have known this would have happened, right?
For sure. It's crazy.
So
man.
it's just crazy how things are happening for us.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go ahead and dive in deep and ask you a couple questions, because I want to make sure my audience get to know who you are. I want to make sure you drop some bombs on them, because right now I think people right now are looking for hope.
Yeah, for sure.
People need nuggets.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people go to all these seminars, and sometimes they go to these free seminars, and I know that when you don't pay attention.
Right, for sure.
And I wanted to create this podcast. This is to bring awareness, bring value. And if I could just bring a guest to drop a little nugget that will help somebody by 30% to feed their family in the next 90 days, I already did my job.
For sure.
Right now, I only have one view. So if you're looking at this podcast, Spinning Fire Show, please subscribe. Hit that button. I only have one subscriber. Just kidding.
You liar.
All right, Chris. So what inspired you to start your own business?
So in 2009, right, I was in construction. I got laid off.
Okay.
And at that time, I was making good money. I was younger. I was in the union. And for my age, I was making good money, and I got laid off.
Okay.
And I knew, I was smart in high school. I wasn't the straight A student. I played sports. But when I got laid off, I'm like, do I come back? Because in construction, a lot of times they're going to hire you back in a week or two, right? The
Correct.
job's over.
Yeah.
And they called me a few weeks later. I'm like, you know what? I'm not coming back. Like, it sounds bad a little bit, right? But I was confident, like, I'm too smart for this. Like, where am I going to go? I'm a truck driver in construction. What am I going to be, the foreman? I'm going to be a superintendent. Like, I kind of started to think, where am I going to be? And I'm like, you know what? I got to get out of this. I got to try something different. And a buddy of mine got me in the industry, and I fell in love with it immediately.
It was in the real estate?
It was real estate / mortgage, because it was the Wild Wild West back then a little bit. 2009, I got laid off, and I made that decision, and then I didn't get a license yet. But I tried real estate at first, got a couple clients into homes, didn't have my license. I used other people's Supra.
Okay.
Back in the day when you had the little blue and gray one, no phones. And then I did loans a couple times, and then I really loved the loans, and I just like, I'm not gonna do the real estate thing. So it was really getting laid off and thinking like, dude, I'm better than this. Like, I don't want to be a truck driver forever. You know what I mean?
To the listeners out there, if there's somebody out there right now, the way things are, right? A lot of people are losing their jobs.
Yep.
I always like to use Amazon as an affiliate, to say the least. And what I mean by that is I live literally 2 miles away from it. And I see sometimes a line of cars exiting that exit where it's at off the 15 freeway. And I'm like, wow, all these people are probably going there for a job interview. And a lot of times people lose their jobs, especially right now. I don't know what's going on out there.
Right.
I'm starting to hear all these rumors that everything's hard. Even COVID is coming back. Out of a sudden, I heard that this morning.
That's what they said.
And I just say that because I don't listen to the news, bro. That's all negative stuff.
Yeah.
But going, not to deviate from that, is it's crazy right now. There's people that are losing their jobs that want to probably become a mortgage lender or in real estate. What do you tell those people that are against the fence? Do I go in? Do I not go in? It's scary. I just lost my job. I don't want to go back to a 9-to-5 to corporate America. What would you tell that person?
That person has to evaluate in their life, right? Going back to the 9-to-5, number one is the safe bet. You can always go back. If you go try something and you try entrepreneurial, real estate, lending, whatever it is, you want to open up a car detailing business, you can go try that, fail, and you can always come back to the safe thing, right? The 9-to-5.
Correct.
So really digging deep and saying, can I go start my own gig?
Yeah.
Sometimes people can't, right? Which means maybe they're living beyond their means, or sometimes they're thinking, you know what, I lost my 9-to-5, I have my house, or I'm paying rent and blah, blah, blah. I don't want to move back in with mom and dad. People have a lot of ego.
Yeah.
Well, making a tough decision can change your life and then your kids' lives and wife's life to not go back to the 9-to-5, right? So
Correct.
It's really determining, can I start a side hustle or really stop the 9-to-5? If you can't, then grind. You got to grind harder than other people. If you have to do the 9-to-5,
that's right.
You have another 4, 5, 6 hours, right?
That is true.
Sacrifice. People don't want to sacrifice their sleep. That don't cost
That is
anything.
so true.
Like if you're normally getting 8, get 6.
Correct.
Get 5, and start to work on your grind. And then lastly, bro, it's really tough to do it alone. So you've got to have the right people around you, right? Like I got a buddy that got me into the industry. Being in the right environment to say, you know what, you got this. Because there were a lot of people who said, you know what, that's tough. Hey, you're laid off. Are you going to go back? You could go make money over there. You're going to go over here 100% commission.
Yeah.
So you have the people saying that, but you also have to have the people telling you, hey, bro, you got this. So you have to sometimes reach out to the entrepreneur people.
Correct.
Not just your 9-to-5 friends.
And like you said, we met about 2017. A lot of people don't know this, but I had 3 jobs.
No way.
I was doing I was a chef for Puck.
Yep.
I would go in at 4 a.m, get off by like 12:30. From there, I would drive from Santa Clarita to Hollywood, from Hollywood to Covina, to Richard's office.
Yeah.
And I would show up to Richard's office about 3:30. When I was showing up, he was going to the LA Fitness with Alberto. Remember?
Yeah.
So they would leave me behind cold calling and using follow-up boss. And I was still new. And then on the weekends, when Richard did not have anything for me, no open houses to go with Conrad and them, I'm like, what am I going to do? That's when Uber came up. I'm like, I still have to hustle. So I was doing Wolfgang Puck.
Okay.
I was doing the internship with Richard.
Okay.
And then on the weekends, I was Ubering.
No way.
To make ends meet.
I have a question for you, because for me, ego's a huge part.
Yeah.
I've had friends that are like, dude, I did Uber once. I don't want to do it again. Some guy talked to me this way. I felt bad. Like, but if you got to do it to make ends meet, what was your thought in, okay, I'm going to do Uber. If I see a friend, they're like, oh my God, I grew up with that dude and he's Ubering me. Did you care? Because too many people care about it.
Dude, I have that IDGIF mentality.
I don't give a fuck.
That's right.
All right.
At the end of the day is this. Look, right now, we have to do whatever it takes. Whatever it takes, like Uncle G says. And sometimes putting your ego to the side, which means edging God out, you got to get rid of that. Because if you start thinking that way and you have too much pride in front of you, you're going to block that blessing that's coming to you.
Right.
And sometimes the blessings that we have are not our blessings. Actually, God gave you that blessing for somebody else. You're just carrying it.
Nice.
Because sometimes, like my friend Anthony that was up front, Isaac came in this morning and said, hey, Alfred, do you go to church? I said, no, man, I don't go to church, but I have a great relationship with God. And then he asked Anthony, hey, Anthony, do you go to church? Oh, I I don't believe in God. He told him that. I'm like, man, don't get him started. So we were going back and forth, and I told Anthony, I go, hey, Anthony, whatever is going on in your life right now, that's supposed to happen for you, not to you.
You said that earlier.
Maybe those things that are going on for you right now is to make you stronger for what's coming for you.
Yeah.
I hope you have to be dealing with the stress. Don't blame of what's going on around you because you don't have no escrows and you're frustrated and it's Friday and you don't see yourself playing golf like your friends are.
Yeah.
That's not their fault. It's your fault.
Yeah.
Because you don't show up. And when you show up, you always show up at 100%.
Sure.
And like you saying, you know, did I have ego doing that? Hell no. I love it because I knew I wanted to talk to people anyways.
Yeah.
I was picking people up. I would love to go to the airports.
Okay.
If you're listening to me and you're an Uber driver or a Lyft driver, start at the airports. You get tips and the rides are longer.
Nice.
So I would show up, and before the person even entered my car and I see them coming, I will hit the start button, get a 5-minute start on them. And they wouldn't say anything. And then once I load their cars in, I would take them to wherever I needed to take them and then drop them off. And then from there, Lyft and Uber came up with the system where you could put a route going back to the airport, and I would do that. So I would just be going from the airport back and forth, but to not deviate from the question you asked me, you got to do whatever it takes right now, bro.
Yeah.
So right now, if you have a full-time job and you're thinking about getting into mortgage, you're thinking about becoming a realtor and becoming a part-time realtor with full-time benefits, you got to do it.
Yeah.
And like you said a little earlier, people are not willing to sacrifice their sleep. I always say sleep faster. Nothing good happens after 9 o'clock, bro. And take it from me, I was in the 1920 years.
Yeah.
I go to sleep at 9 and I wake up about 3:30.
You're a G.
Yeah, so, and I have 3 alarms. I have one at 3:30, 3:45, and 4.
Why?
And I name them. Because sometimes you do want to hit that snooze button. I kid you not. I even hit the snooze button. I don't want to be that guy that I don't hit it.
Are you hitting it every day and you have those 3 because of that? Or some days you're waking up on the first one?
Some days I'm working on the first one.
All right.
So right now what I started doing is, now that I became a Rancho resident, I started hitting up the Claremont Loop. I believe it's like 5 miles all the way around.
Okay.
But I'm doing it every Thursdays. My job is to do it 5 times a week. That's 25 miles a week.
Nice.
So I'm trying to do that. But yeah, man, I do whatever it takes, man. But a lot of the times people don't see what we practice in private. They only see what we get rewarded in public.
Right.
And sometimes I tell people like, no, the reason I have 37 listings is because I do my follow-up and I do whatever it takes.
Yeah.
I don't just hang out at home and pay for leads for them to come in.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, I just don't have an ego, bro. I'm willing to do whatever. I still go door knocking. I'll put out 50 signs and I just got to do whatever I can and just try to help as many people as I can, bro.
Nice. I like that. Too many people care about what other people are going to say about it. You know,
yeah.
But it's about you.
It is about me.
That's
and
awesome you did
here's
that.
another question that I was asked to ask you. Can you share any strategies for staying innovative and adapting to the changing market trends? And real quick, before you answer that question, you have your sister in the business. And that's good. I didn't even know she did your marketing. So I know you're very innovative. I know you have a lot of programs. Drop that bomb on me. What do you guys got going on?
Nice. So actually, it was before we started the More Group. I listened to a lot of podcasts when I knew I was starting to be someone that other people came to. I wouldn't even call myself a leader back at that point. I knew I had to be better. I started listening to podcasts, right? I had the desire to read, but I didn't read a lot. So I started listening to podcasts, and I'm listening to Gary Vaynerchuk.
Oh, I love that guy.
Me too, man. He changed my life. So started listening to him, and he's like, listen, try to solve problems for people. And more importantly, if you've got something that your business partners pay for, try to do that for them, right? So I'm like, okay, cool. I get business from realtors. What do they pay for? What do they hate doing? They paid for listings, listing photography and marketing. And then they also hated doing open houses and putting up open house signs. So what do we do? It's my version of Uber. Bro, my girl and I were open house sign people, bro. 6 a.m., we go get a coffee. That was our morning time. We go put up 50, 60, 100 signs locally to open houses that I'm attending, our team was attending, and some of them we weren't attending just to help. On top of that, we would do the marketing form. It's like, cool, you go pay someone $150. Hey, we'll do it. And maybe we got to bleep this out because compliance, we don't do it anymore. Is
RESPA.
Complimentary listing photography. So I was trying to solve a problem for them.
Okay.
Just being super duper helpful without expectations in return. When you start thinking like that, it's difficult for a lot of people because like, bro, I'm gonna give my time, I'm gonna give this, that. I'm not even for sure gonna get a lead. It's like, it doesn't matter if you're genuinely helping people.
Yeah.
He talks jab, 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 right hook. That's his book.
Correct.
Value, 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 then the knockout punch, or ask for the business. Too many people are like, hey, I'll do this for you if you do this for me. It's like, no, people don't like that.
Yeah.
Do, help, help, help. Then it'll probably come on its own, or now you have the ability to be comfortable to ask, and now it doesn't seem off.
No, you're right. And real quick, let's go back. You say you guys put out signs. Most of the signs that you guys put out, were they the agent signs or you guys have your own branding?
They were both. As a matter of fact, remember, this is ultimate value.
Okay.
We could have put signs out that had our branding.
Correct.
We didn't care. It was red, white, and blue. That's my branding, bro. I'm American.
Okay.
Red, white, and blue. They had a number on them. No logo, no company. It was a Google number that would call us.
Okay.
And it came to my phone. If they called, hey, how are you? Which open house you calling about? If it was an open house I wasn't doing or something, I give it back to that realtor, and we would put up their signs.
Wow.
So we would have to meet up with. It was tough to execute. We had to meet up with them on Friday, different offices, get them. I even bought a van for it, bro. At one point, I sold it recently, but I had a van just to put up open house signs, just to help realtors.
And what has changed in the last 6 months to a year? Are you guys still doing that, or you guys just brought other services now?
We have other services. It kind of transitioned into, okay, less marketing stuff for listings, but let's help realtors through social media educational content. So we see that they're trying to put educational content out there. Let us shoot it for you. We'll show up kind of like this.
Yeah.
And then how about we help you write your scripts? Because people need help with scripts. That sometimes they're too about me. Hey, I'm a great realtor. I've been doing this 10 years. I closed 30 listings last year. Like, people don't want to hear that.
Correct.
So we help them write scripts. And then on top of that, we still help with open houses. But what's crazy, like you said, industry is changing. When COVID hit, we got all our business from open houses.
Correct.
There were no open houses. We were like, what the heck do we do?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we had to stop doing that. Nobody's doing open houses. I bought the van for nothing at that point.
Yeah.
But we had to pivot. We still did the marketing, and then we just hit it hard in other ways.
Yeah, because right now, like, you're right. Not to throw people under the bus
No.
and lenders out there. A lot of the times they're not showing up anymore.
No.
And the agent feels like he's by himself. And I talk to a lot of agents because I have my own business, and they tell me, oh, well, Alfred, the lender just shows up and they don't even bring refreshments anymore. Nothing. They just show up empty-handed, or the minute they see that you got a listing, hey, would you like a flyer?
Yeah.
It's kind of like the title guy was without saying names. Hey, would you like a prelim? No, where were you at?
Right.
We're running a business here.
Right.
And I get it because of the laws that are out there. You could still help me some way.
Right.
Like you said, door knocking, putting out signs, cold calling, using a dialer system, bringing technology, doing a podcast, and, you know, pictures. There's so many things right now that we can all work together, right?
100%.
And there's enough business for everyone. I always say there's more houses than realtors. And right now, I was actually in the Citrus Valley Association of Realtors not that long ago. I went to go pick up some signs, and I asked the lady in the front, hey, how many people did not pay their MLS fees for the fourth quarter? She said about 60,000 agents didn't renew that.
I love that.
That is crazy.
That actually excites me. I think that's good for the market.
Well, tell me more about that.
People got in this industry and they got licensed because it was the new hot thing. It was easy. Real estate was selling itself, bro. People got into crypto. People got into NFTs. It was the next thing. And now that it's hard, now it's time for the professionals, bro.
Yeah.
All you rookies that weren't perfecting your craft, weren't trying to get better at scripts, weren't door knocking, weren't cold calling, good, you're out. You should have never been in. Go on to the next thing. Go sell CBD. Go sell,
Herbalife.
Whatever you need to. Whatever is easier.
Can you agree with me? I call them COVID spoil agents.
Yeah, we'll call them a lot of things.
Yeah. I call them COVID spoil because, like, you're right. Anybody can sell ice to an Eskimo during those times. And right now, like you said, I did hear you say the word script. I love scripting. And I know that if you have a very powerful script, like, not to shame on Mike Ferry, because when I got into the business, the first thing my broker said, hey, go to Google and get the Mike Ferry scripts. Those scripts are great, but I believe they're 30 years old.
Yeah.
And just like the market changes, the way you talk needs to change.
Right.
Right now, with all this automated system, AI, these robots making phone calls, if you call me in the first 6 seconds, there's a statistics that say when the male makes a call, the prospect has 6 seconds to hang up on you if you don't grab their attention. When it's a female calling, it's 8 seconds.
Ooh, 2 extra.
So how you sound when that cold call goes out is very powerful.
Very.
So when it comes to scripts, you say you help agents create their own scripts. I'm very big on scripts. One thing I hate every time I hear this from an agent, I don't want to sound like a robot. They don't want scripts, right? And I always say scripts are just a guide to a great conversation.
Yeah. What that tells me, if they don't want to sound like a robot, they're not willing to practice. You only sound like a robot when you're trying to memorize it.
Correct.
You practice your scripts so you can go off the cuff, but it's a guide, right? They don't want to practice it. They just like, oh, I looked at the script. Okay, cool, let me make a call. But you're not perfecting and going back. And I want to go back to one thing you said. You said, hey, there's people in this industry that can't spend money legally, right? Whether it's a lender, a title rep, you name it, home warranty. Hey, legally, I can't spend money. But bro, if you can't spend money, you're not willing to, or kind of play in the gray area, what do people have that you can give and it doesn't cost anything? Your time, right? Correct. So go above and beyond. If I'm a title rep, and people made fun of me for things like this. If I'm a title rep, if I'm a lender, bro, you got a listing, I'll go door knock for you. You don't even have to go. Hopefully they're gonna go with me. Right? I'll do it for you. Give your time. It's like, what the?
Equity.
Imagine if a title rep that didn't have the amount of business they have, hey, you got a listing, I'll go door knock for you. It's like, that's unheard of. Like they would get told, you're not a door knocker, you're not a realtor. I know, but I'm just helping my realtors.
No, this is what they do. And once again, I keep it raw.
Yeah.
What I don't like about title reps is they go into offices, they drop cookies, their business cards, and giant calendars in your desk when you're not around, and then you never see them again.
Yeah.
Hoping and wishing you call them because they left you a giant calendar on your desk.
Right.
I think that's like 30-year-old marketing.
It is.
And for me, if I was to ever hear a title guy, hey, I'm going to go door knock for you, shit, where are you at? If you're out there, reach out to us.
Right, for sure. There's 3 title reps I could think in my head out of all of them I've met.
Name them, bro. We need to know who they are.
No, I can't.
Okay.
But imagine people would probably, their coworkers that do title like them would be like, dude, why are you doing that? Why you're not a realtor? You're not, because they don't want to do it. Because that's what we got told. You're not a realtor. Why are you putting up open house signs? It doesn't matter. You're another lender. That's another company. Don't worry about it. But imagine if they did that, because you have to bend your principles in times where it's tough. If you're not making the money you want, and you used to say, I'll never take a listing less than 6%. You got people that still don't want to bend their principles. Take it at 4. Take it at 5. Take it whatever you can for now.
Yeah.
When the market shifts, go back to that principle that was like your foundation you'll never break. But nobody wants to pivot and be innovative. They just want to stick to the old marketing stuff. This worked. Like, come on.
Dude, talking about commissions, right? A lot of people don't know, and I'm going to drop this nugget. I used to take listings during COVID for 0% commission.
What?
The way I would make my money is I would charge the buyer a premium.
Okay.
And the seller will never know how much I would get paid. And that's legally to do. Because why? I know people are overbidding. People were paying more. So I would talk to the agent and be like, hey, I'm going to take your offer, but your buyer's paying my extra 10, 15, 20 G's, whatever I wanted to charge that buyer.
No way.
As long as I got the seller the number they wanted, he's like, you can make whatever you want. And I was still getting paid. And in the mornings at 3 in the morning, I would hit all of San Fernando Road, which that road runs at least 15, 20 miles. And that's one of the roads that I know has a lot of those old wooden poles. So I could staple my signs, and I would put, list your property for 0% commission. And I would get a Google number. I would get calls and calls and calls of people say, hey, are you selling my house for free? I'm like, yeah, I'll sell your house for free. Don't worry. I know how to make my money. And just so you know, till this day, a seller doesn't have to pay a listing agent to sell their property. I don't know if you knew that.
I know they don't have to pay them, but I've never thought of creative, innovative ways to still get paid.
Yeah, so right now you could technically do that. If the house is priced right and you don't overprice it, you could do that little gimmick.
Yeah, you're right. I didn't realize that.
Yeah,
did realtors get mad at you when you would do that? I'm guessing they were haters, bro.
Absolutely. I would be like, oh, you discounted agent, and I would get threats and all that. I'm like, hey, man, have a great day. Nothing else pays. But right now, that would work.
Yeah.
Because right now, 90% of my business is listings. And when you're listing, you're lasting. When you're a listing agent, you could actually take vacation. When you're a buyer agent, there's no way you're going to take vacation unless you have a team and you could leverage your team. But other than that, you're always chasing the next deal.
Yeah.
But right now, you could do that 0% commission.
That's crazy.
You really could, and you'll still walk away with your 10, 15 grand. Because average commission check, let's say right now houses are in the 500,000 range, give or take.
I don't know where that's at, but sure.
Yeah, give or take. Let's say 500,000.
Right.
2%, 2.5% is $15,000. So I'm still going to make the same amount of money, but now I'm going to get more listings because the seller likes that he doesn't have to pay me. The buyers pay me for that. So that's just another idea of stepping out of the box. It's crazy.
It's marketing. It's pitching it a different way. It's going to get people mad, but it's about you and your business.
Yeah. So, man, this time goes fast when you're having fun. Can you believe that? I have so many great questions, but I'm going to go into one of the questions that I have to ask you is, how do you handle your competition and maintain competitive edge in your industry? Because I know, real quick, before you answer that, there's a lot of lenders visiting our offices. People that I'm like, what are you doing here? Coming to our trainings, I'm like, whoa. And they're like really offering their services now. How do you stay ahead of those people?
So your first part of the question is, how do you handle competition?
Yeah.
You can either keep your eye on the competition and notice what they're doing, or really just don't pay attention to them. So I don't know if you recall Michael Phelps when he was in the Olympics. I don't remember when it was. There's a picture of him and the swimmer that could beat him. Okay. Right? I think he was Hispanic of some sort. It wasn't Mexico, but something else. And they took a picture swimming. Michael Phelps is in first. He's swimming, bro, looking straight ahead. What's the second swimmer doing? Looking at the competition. Everybody's paying attention to the competition and worrying about what they're doing, which means you're giving headspace and energy and time to them. Got it. I'm not paying attention to the competition. I'll talk to them. I'm cool with them all. I'll meet with people that want to recruit me. I'm cool with that because maybe they can learn from me. And more importantly, I'm going to learn from them. Maybe they're doing something. Yeah. Right? I'm not going to try to, they're doing that and complain or this and that. I'm just going to keep my eye on the prize, bring value. My mindset and my energy is going to go to us and our team. Correct. I'm not trying to look like that dude did at the competition. Correct. And by no means am I trying to bring them down. You've got people, Gary Vee talks about it. Yeah. People are trying to bring down the competition. So if their building's here and this is me and I'm trying to be the tallest building, I could crumble them and now I'm higher than them. No, I'm just trying to go higher than them. I don't worry about them. So that's number one. Number two, it's doing things that other lenders don't want to do, right? It takes my time to write scripts. But what do? I take twice a month, I take a script writing class on how to write better scripts revolving around real estate and mortgage. Okay. So I think I know better than most how to put a script together with a captivating hook. Correct. So then I spend my time there's no lenders like, hey, let's shoot content, but I'll actually write the content for you. Damn. So I'm trying to do things that other people are like, dude, you're crazy for doing that. I don't want to do that. Like I'll tell you right now, I might get back to putting up open house signs for our team. That would be awesome. Like we've got to help out in ways that the competition doesn't want to. Correct. Showing up just doesn't work anymore. No. Like you said, open houses or coming to a meeting, that don't get you business. No. Do something different. I call them the traveling lenders. They're everywhere. For sure. Or like traveling realtors. For sure. So like I mentioned to you before, Chris, right now, I hate the word interest rates. Okay. Tell me, from your point of view, what's going to happen in the next 6 months, bro? Because I want to plug this right now, and I want agents that are listening to get over that objection because I'm tired of hearing it. I know there's 101 ways of tackling that objection, but where do you see that happening in the next 3 to 6 months with its interest rates? I think interest rates are going to stay relatively the same come to the end of the year. They're not going to go super high. Occasionally, you're going to see a reduction of 0.25%, 0.5% maybe. They're going to go right back up. They're going to stay relatively the same, I think, right? Okay. I think coming into the first quarter of next year and then maybe towards the middle, we'll start to see some relief, right? Now, you have people waiting on the sidelines right now, like, I'm just waiting, bro, waiting for the rates to come down. Like, when people say an objection, I've learned from some people that have taught me scripts because I'll learn from anybody. Yeah. An old realtor, new realtor. So, hey, I'm waiting for the market to come down, or I'm waiting for interest rates to come down. The first thing that I say all the time, because I'm not trying to convince them, I'm trying to make them feel good. You know what? A lot of my clients are saying that same thing. Tell me a little bit about that. Tell me more. What are you looking for it to come down? How much do you want the rate to come down so your payment's affordable? So get into that. Yeah. But when people say I'm waiting for rates to come down, hey, do you know there's some programs people don't know about that you can get 2% lower, 1% lower? I think if people are waiting on the sidelines, they're going to be that same buyer that doesn't buy. Correct. The market's hard to get business. We know it.
Yes.
The rates are not. What if the market crashes and people's value come down and like it's. Don't worry about it. It's like worrying about the competition, like you said.
Yeah.
You can't control it. Know your scripts.
Correct.
On what you're going to say. Deliver with confidence, right?
Yeah.
And really educate them. Don't try to convince somebody that's really not good for them. Like, hey, no, the rates aren't that low. Like, I hear people say that. No, the rates aren't that low. Over the last 20 years, you're not going to convince them. Like, they don't care about that. No, acknowledge it.
Yeah.
The rates are a lot higher than before. But what do you want the rates to go down to? If you ask them that, they don't know what they want the rates to go down to because they don't know what the rate dictates in the payment.
Correct.
You know what I mean? So I think within the next 12 months, like 6 to 12 months, we'll start to see relief a little bit, like little by little. Because last year they brought it up by 4% in 1 year, bro.
Wow.
It's not going to go down like that,
no.
not that fast.
So right now, just to summons everything you just said is, if you're thinking of buying, pull the trigger.
Pull the trigger, assuming you can afford it.
Correct.
Right?
Correct. Yeah. Because like I always say, it's better to be a 7%, 8% buyer with future equity than a 100% renter with no equity. And it's the same thing. Like people say, how are you getting these listings? I go, okay. Number one, right now, a lot of people haven't made their payments.
Okay.
Some of them haven't made their payments since COVID. That's why there's all these notice of defaults.
Right.
So I go visit them and offer them services. Maybe a loan modification, refi, which I know they can't, and other options that the government provides. I will not get into it. And if I exhaust all my options, the next option is, hey, let's stop the foreclosure because your due date is around the corner and the time is your worst enemy.
Yep.
Let's sell it right now because you have equity. Let's get you some money. And from the day we close, we wait 1 year, you could be a first-time buyer again.
Yep.
A lot of people don't know that.
Not a first-time buyer by definition, but you can buy FHA again.
Yeah.
Minimum down. You know what I mean? What I heard you say right now, which goes hand in hand with everything we're saying, is you come into someone that is hurting.
Yeah.
Behind on mortgage payments. You don't say, hey, listen, let's sell it. Let's commit. You
No.
give them resources, all these programs. I don't want to sell your home yet.
Yeah.
Let's help you. If you can help them, cool.
Yeah.
Selling's the last resort. Too many people come in first.
Oh, yeah.
You should sell. Like that's not the jab.
No.
That's the right hook. Like you don't throw the knockout punch first.
Yeah, no, and that's another thing that somebody said. Well, Alfred, I won't say their name. They're like, I went door knocking and the person pulled a gun out on me. I'm like, yeah, because you probably didn't approach them the right way.
No way.
I said, could you imagine how many people are calling them, stressing them out, sending them letters, the bank's calling them, and maybe investors or these TikTok wholesalers going to door knock these people because it's public records, bro.
Yeah.
All these little wholesales, I call them TikTokers.
That's a TikTok wholesaler.
Yeah. They go and door knock these people, and imagine some of these people have their families at home.
Yeah.
I went to a house last week in Fontana, and I knocked on the door, and the girl probably was 13 years old. I felt so bad when she opened up the door. I'm like, oh, let me take my agent hat off, my negotiator hat off. I'm like, oh, sorry, is your dad home? Oh, he's not here right now. And I literally was going to hand her, it's a yellow envelope that I have, that it's yellow, and it has a stamp that says final notice. Okay. The reason why I did my marketing like that is because if I was to leave that, you're going to open up that envelope.
Oh, for sure.
It's not going in the trash.
No.
That's another marketing strategy.
Yeah.
And I was so hesitant that I didn't even give her the envelope. I just walked away. And my broker saw me. He's like, what are you doing? I'm like, bro, that's his daughter. If that was me on that end of that door, that was my daughter opening her, and I get home and I see somebody gave her something like that, I would be angry.
Yeah.
I would call that agent and maybe go to and God knows what. So I said, I couldn't do it, bro. I just couldn't do it.
Well, you're thinking people first, and most realtors like, screw it. My job is to your job is to care about the people first.
Yeah.
And I like that you did that.
Yeah.
When you're telling the story, I'm like, what did he do? Like, did he give it? Did he not?
Yeah.
But you cared first about the human first, than about the sale.
Yeah, and it's weird because once I did that, we went to 2 other properties real quick, and I door knocked it. Long story short, I got the new listing.
Nice.
And it happened seamlessly.
Yeah.
Like the lady's like, oh my gosh, she's like, I was going to call these numbers, but I'm glad you came. And long story short, I don't want to say her name or go into details, but that property will be on the market in the next 2 weeks in Chino.
Nice.
And I'm telling you, God gave me that one because it was weird.
Beautiful.
It should have never happened, but because I think I did something good, I got rewarded.
Nice.
And there's so many other stories I could go into, but Chris, before we end the show, is how do people get a hold of you? How do people connect with you? And one takeaway is to that person that is against the fence right now, or that lenders that's been in the business 10, 15 years and they're set in their bad ways. What would you tell them right now that they will need to do to pivot their business? Because like you said, in the next 6 months, we don't know what's going to happen.
Right.
And I know, and people use the excuse that, during the holidays, I don't want to buy. I'm not going to sell. I'm just going to wait till the new year. What would you tell all those people that are just the Walking Dead zombies, just walking around waiting for that secret pill or the next shiny object to come out and say, use this AI and increase your clients by 100% in the next 30 days for $7.99?
Yeah.
What would you tell those people?
So you just asked the question, if all these Walking Dead zombies, right? Who are zombies in movies normally walking with in movies?
With the rest.
The rest of the zombies.
It's a pack.
If you want to do something different, you find yourself being a zombie or not getting the results you want or down or feeling like you're on an island, you can try to do it on your own. You could listen to podcasts. You could stop listening to the radio. You can read books. You can change your environment.
Correct.
Talk to different people. Your sphere that you're talking to right now, those realtors that you have, in your office, talk to other realtors. Talk to the ones not showing up. Look up people who are doing the business. Talk to realtors that are a different brokerage. Like, it's okay. Like, they're going to recruit me. Who cares? What if it's good for you? Like, if you find yourself there, reach out, do different things with different people. Too many people are in their silo of, I'm here and then I have a cloud and then everybody around me has a cloud. It's like, bro, I got to get out of the clouds. I got to talk to other people that are like seeing things bro, you see things positive. Like, you're energetic. You come in here, the market's good. You got listings. Like, people need to reach out to you.
Yeah.
If they feel down, you know what I mean? Like,
absolutely.
Stop with the people that are feeling just like you, or if you're in this 100% commission business, stop talking to people that are the 9-to-5 jobs.
Got it.
I'm sorry if it's your family, brother, sister, mother, wife. Talk to people that are entrepreneurs because they've gone through it already.
Yeah.
This is normal.
Absolutely. And what about those ones that already been in the business 10 years, 15 years, that are still doing the same thing? What would you tell them if they would want to reach out to you? Because once again, I think a lot of people in this industry have a bunch of egos, bro.
Yeah.
And it's sad because I always tell people I'm here to help. Mm-hmm. What's mine, it's already mine.
Yeah.
It's going to happen automatically without me even trying.
Yeah.
What would you tell those ones that are like, damn, I want to reach out to that guy, but I don't want people to find out? No.
So you could, whether you have, like, we're abundant thinking, bro. You can have your preferred lender reach out to me. I'm on Instagram. I don't have a lot of followers. I put some content out when I can. Dr.Mortgage Moreno, Christopher Moreno. Look me up. DM me. Shoot me a text. My number's in my bio. I leave my number for everybody.
Yeah.
Hit me up. I'll talk to you for 20, 30 minutes, whatever you want. I'll write your first script for you. Whether you use us or not, I'll just want to help.
Correct.
It'll come back.
Yeah.
Right? Typically when people are like, hey, well, why'd you do that for that realtor that actually has a preferred lender? It's like, because I want a realtor to succeed. I don't want him to not.
Yeah.
I'll help him once.
Yeah.
That person might give me a referral that doesn't have a lender. So reach out. I can help out in any way possible. I'll write a script for you. I'll even do a video for you if you need to. Lauren's right behind the camera right now.
Yeah.
We'll do a complimentary video or we'll just talk, bro. Like, there's people that you want to talk to. You're one of them.
Yeah.
You just light people up. You fire people up. They need to talk to people like that. So reach out to me in any way you can find.
You heard it, guys. You guys heard it here at Spitting Fire for the man himself, Christopher Moreno. We're going to go ahead and make sure we put his handles. So when you guys see this, make sure you follow this guy. Reach out. Yes, I'm talking to you lenders also with an ego. Get rid of that ego. It ain't going to take you nowhere. Once again, we're here at Spitting Fire, episode number 4. And Celsius, once again, reach out. I'm waiting for you. We're
Salud.
Waiting for some sponsors. Salud, Chris. Thank you.
Thank you, brother.
We're out like trash on a Thursday. Peace out.